Well, hi there. Hey, I'm back. Hello. I have missed you all so much. I know I've been gone a really, really long time. Um, so much going on in my life. I would love to catch you up on, and I need to catch up with you guys because not only have I been away from filming on YouTube, I've been away from watching on YouTube too. So last couple days that I've had a little more time on my hands, I've been trying to catch up with everybody. And it's so funny because some of you guys are going through stuff that I'm going through right now. You're trying things that I'm trying. And it's so weird that with kind of independent of each other, it's not weird how that works out. But anyway, I'm so glad to be back. By the way, I'm Margot from Not Your Mama's blog, for those of you who just stumbled on this video. Hi. Mainly, the main thing I've been really busy with is this whole housing thing with us. So I don't remember if I had actually sold the house last time I filmed. It might have been that long ago. But it's so weird. If there's one thing I've learned in life is that planning is great. Planning is really good, but it's never a good plan to get too attached to your plans. So, if I don't know how many months ago this was. No, actually it was like 2 years ago, because I've been talking about this on here for a long time. My family, we figured out, my husband and my kids and I figured out that, we are not big house people. We needed to downsize. We bought this house. It was the biggest house we'd ever lived in, and we thought it would be really great. And actually, I'm saying a big house. It's not a big house, but it was big for us. So it was a 2,200 square foot house. Now, my background, for some of you who may not know, my career for many, many years now was interior design. And I worked on enormous houses for a family my size. I think the largest house that I worked on that would be like, a couple and two kids, 28,000 square feet, somewhere 25, 30,000 square feet. And I'm saying that the 2,200 square foot house for my family, too big, really a bad fit. That works for lots of people. And like I said, I've designed lots of homes like that for people. But it's not for us. And you kind of have to, think about your life, and just because something works for somebody else or a celebrity doesn't mean it's going to work for you, right? So anyway, after living there for a long time, I realized, one, we were always shouting at each other because it was such a big house that that's how we communicated. It was like, how was your day? Did you get your homework done? That's how we talked to each other, which is so weird. And whenever we were going on vacation, like we would go and rent a little cabin in the woods, little place. And my kids always seemed so happy. And my son, who's the youngest, he would always say stuff like, I love that we're all on the same floor. I like everybody all together like this. I don't like that we're always, separate. And so I was listening to that, and my husband and I were talking about it, and we decided that we needed to downsize. And so I think I talked about this a little bit last time, but it was a long time ago. So, and I can do videos about downsizing your life if you have questions about that or would like to know more about it. But long story short, we had all these plans. We were going to live here, and that fell through. And we were going to live there, and that fell through. And all the while, I'm looking at this 2,200 square foot home that we've lived in for 9 years and thinking, what am I going to do with all this stuff? First of all, what am I doing with all this stuff? Why did I buy all this stuff? How did it get here? And how on earth am I going to get it out of my house? And so the answer is you have to hire somebody to help you. And that was the best decision we ever made. And so I think when it all came down to it, we ended up selling or giving away or throwing away probably 70% of what was in our home. 70%. And then when we put the house on the market, by the time we put the house on the market, we knew where we were moving and that how big this place, the new place was going to be, or how small you could say. We're remodeling the house we're moving into, because it's a house my family owns already. Remodeling that place and staying with my mom now in the interim. And she lives in a big house. And this has only solidified my conviction that we are not big house people. I'm very excited to be in the small house. I cannot wait to be in the small house. And anyway, so yeah, we got rid of most of our stuff. And that was an interesting process. I loved it. My husband, not so much. My kids, mixed reviews. But it was an interesting process. And yeah, so I've been busy doing that. Selling the house, getting rid of the stuff, remodeling the new house. So anyway, once we got rid of this stuff, you have to get rid of things to make room for the new things that you want, right? And what was interesting, and I don't think I could talk about this last time. So after probably at least 2 years of struggling with this decision, we finally, we got a great real estate agent. We put the house on the market. Our house was on the market for a day and a half. And we had priced it before we got an offer, right? We had priced it knowing that the house needed a lot of work and that whoever bought it would probably ask us to do a whole bunch of stuff to it. It needed new windows. There were all kinds of repairs that needed to be done. Most of the appliances had glitches and things. And so we knew that whoever bought it, because that's what happens. Whoever buys it is like, yeah, well, I'll move in when you fix the air conditioning, and I'll move in when you fix that pipe. So we put it on the market priced knowing that. And like I said, a day and a half later, somebody came and offered us what we asked. They bought it as is, cash, with a 15-day escrow. And by the way, I did the St. Joseph thing. You guys know about the St. Joseph thing? I thought all the Catholics knew about the St. Joseph thing, but I mentioned it to my mom and she was like, what are you talking about? I guess maybe it's an Italian thing. For those of you who are of Italian descent, is the burying the St. Joseph thing an Italian thing? I'm wondering now if I just heard it like when I was in Catholic school from my Italian classmates. Because when I lived in New Jersey, all my neighbors were Italian. And so what you do is, they all did that too, right? So in New Jersey, where I lived, when we lived there, Todd and I, our neighbors were like, you're selling your home? Did you bury St. Joseph in the yard? Because I don't even know why you're selling your home if you're not going to do that. So what you do is you get a statue of St. Joseph and you bury him. This sounds so crazy, I know. But you bury him upside down on the property that you're trying to sell. And then he brings good luck to sell the house. And then when the house sells, you dig him up and rinse him off. And then he goes in the new house and he brings you good luck. So the day before we put the house on the market, I buried St. Joseph in the yard. I just got him on Amazon. And like I said, a day and a half. Coincidence? I don't know. I like to think it was St. Joseph. So anyway, so yeah, I've been super busy with that. And living with my mom, all four of us in my mom's house, like I said, it's a big house. So it's actually going better than we all thought it was going to go. The only real struggle for me is that my mom is not a Weight Watcher, let's say. And she keeps stuff in the house that I struggle with. But it's her house. It's her house and we're staying there. So I'm not going to give her a bad time about it. I don't think is the nice thing to do. And so anyway, so I was having these things that she had in the house and tracking. I wasn't like going crazy or anything, but I didn't like the way I was feeling. And then pretty soon, once again, I started having the perimenopause symptoms. I'm having headaches. I can't sleep. And then the hot flashes started again. And I was like, this is not working for me. And those of you who've been following this for a while know that, was it a year ago or 2 years ago? Gosh, this happens like once a year since I hit my 40s. The perimenopause symptoms get out of control and then I have to do something to kind of fix it. So anyway, last time this happened, I did the hormone reset diet by Dr. Sarah Gottfried. I'll link that video below. It really helped a lot, but it was not easy to do. And I'm not going to lie, loath to do it again. I really am. I'm very reluctant to do it again. So I'm trying something a little bit different. And this is so crazy because I was just catching up on my YouTube videos. And, oh gosh, I've forgotten her name. I'm blanking on your name. I'm so sorry. She's also a Weight Watchers leader. And by the way, nothing we talk about here on YouTube is at all affiliated with them. They don't pay me to make videos. No, this is totally separate from that. Not representing them in any way. But she's also, I want to say her name is Jill. I think it starts with a J. Anyway, her channel is Living Large on Lifetime. And so I decided to, one of the things I'm reading and seeing what else I can do besides the hormone reset diet. Like if I get that desperate, I'll do it. So I decided to try intermittent fasting. So I've been doing that now for about 2 weeks. And that is where it's not eating less, just to be clear. It's not eating less. It's you're eating within a particular window of time in the day. I'm doing a very kind of gentle intermittent fasting where I do like a 8-hour or 6-hour window in which I'm eating all of my food. And because I like breakfast, I usually go from like 9 to 5 or 10 to 6. I love breakfast. That's my favorite kind of food. I would rather have a big breakfast than a big dinner. So that's usually how I move the window around. So you're just having the same amount of food. I'm eating the same stuff I was eating before, only not as much of the processed stuff I was eating at my mom's. Just eating it within this time frame, which I wasn't doing before. I was kind of all over the place. And, again, I'm not your doctor. I'm not a doctor. Investigate it for yourself is all I'm saying. So after like almost 2 weeks, headaches are gone. Hot flashes are gone. Oh my gosh, that alone. And it's not hard. I'm making it sound like it's hard. It's not hard. It's not even that different. I'm just being more aware of the time, that I'm eating. Anyway, so Jill? Living Large on Lifetime, we'll just use YouTube names. Living Large on Lifetime is also doing intermittent fasting, which is very interesting to me. I don't know if she's doing it for weight loss or some people do it for weight loss. I will let you know if I have that. JULI. Her name is JULI. Sorry, I had to, it's crazy hot here in Southern California. It is crazy hot right now, as it is in much of the country. And I was right in the middle, and that's why I was kind of looking weird at the end of that last clip. I got the thing from my phone saying, your phone's too hot, it's going to shut down, which it did. And yeah, because I have the windshield mounted phone holder. And my phone was so hot, I could barely hold it in my hands. So I turned the air on just for a second, and I blew the air right on my phone to cool it down. And while I was doing that, I looked up Julie's name, Living Large on Lifetime. I'll link her channel below. So anyway, Julie is also doing intermittent fasting, I think for weight loss. I will let you know if I have any results that way, but that's not really why I'm doing it. I'm really doing it to get my hormones back on track, which it seems to be doing. Like I said, just the fact that the hot flashes are gone and the headaches are gone is fantastic. Sleep is not quite there yet, but it's getting there. So that's good. So yeah, I can do more videos about that if you like. I can show you what a day of food looks like. Let me know what you guys would like to see, because I have so much stuff going on right now that I can share with you, that I can show with you the remodeling process of the new house, which is kind of interesting. The house we're moving into is 100 years old, and like I said, less than half the size of what we lived in before. We lived in a slightly larger than 2,200 square foot house. This house is slightly under 1,100 square feet. So very interesting life change that my family has decided to make, and I'm really happy about it and really excited about it. So if you would like to see more of that process, I can share that. Let me know, and let me know how you guys are doing. I've missed you so much. I'm really looking forward to watching your videos and catching up and reading your comments. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I hope your summer's going great. And I will be back soon with maybe a day of food on this intermittent fasting thing. We'll see. I might do that one next. Take care, guys. Have a great summer. Talk to you soon. Bye.